Finessing the Shoot, Ain't Bad, Vogue. And now we at NBC Universal. Not just NBC Universal. She ain't working remote. They said, girl, we need you in Los Angeles County. Applying for jobs or looking for positions and like, oh, we need 3 to 5 years of experience in a professional position and X, Y, and Z. And we're just like,
you automatically
cancel the application because you're just like, well, I'm not qualified. But it's like, you have to outweigh those and think of like, what skill sets and talents that you foster or that you are honing in and how that can help you do that job or progress in that job or foster in that job.
Right.
So I love the fact that you didn't limit yourself to that one niche or like saying you didn't have the credentials or you heard people saying, you know, well, why is she getting it? Or, you know, how does she fit and I don't fit?
Right.
But, you know, it's not always about the credentials. It's about, sometimes it's about who you know. A lot of it is about who you know. You know, if Joe Blow, uncle, know the head of such and such,
then you win.
Then you win. But, you know, sometimes they look at something that's not. They want something different. A lot of these creatives are getting hired based off of themselves, based off their creative, what they bring to the table, not necessarily what they've done, you know, and what they're going to do. But it helps them build more skill set to kind of accomplish more and do more than what they thought they could do.
Absolutely.
So I love that. I'm not going to say it on too much, but you know, so you did do some more accomplishment. Like that was the first big one. I don't know if that was your big one. I don't know
if it was mine. It was a side mission.
It was a side mission. It was a little side.
It was a little detour.
But like this is the one that I was like I knew about because shout out to Alex. Shout out to one of my producers, Alex Broom.
We love Alex.
We do love Alex. But when she told me she had this secret shoot that she had to do, and it was just like she was like, I'm working on with Emerald on this shoot, and I was like, oh okay. I was like, what is Emerald doing? Like, I didn't even know. She didn't tell me nothing. Alex didn't tell me nothing. I just saw the photos drop. And it was not just Instagram. It was in an article. And not just no article. It was Vogue Italia. Tell us about how you scored that, first of all.
So... once again, I don't think that's hit. So I think so there was a photographer that I worked with at Ain't Bad. His name was Gilly. So sweet, phenomenal photographer. He sent me a link and they were like, oh, Vogue Italia's doing portfolio reviews. I'm like, okay. But I was just like, well, let's just see what's gonna happen. So I submit. A couple months go by and then I get an email like you've been selected. I could have passed out. I said, what? What? So, cause I'm still like very early, like in my career. I think like if you take out that chunk of time of me like being like I'm just out here finessing to go to shows. Yeah. It had only really been like a year and a half, maybe 2 years that I've been shooting. But I was like shooting like every weekend. And
we met in 2018.
Yeah.
So
I'd only been in Savannah for like a year.
Yeah, it was very fresh.
Yeah.
Very fresh.
Yeah, so it was like, it wasn't a lot of time of me like perfecting. So it was like a big shock, but it's like, okay, cool. So time goes by again. And I end up having a conversation with an editor from Vogue Italia. And funny story.
Okay.
Obviously they're based in Italy. So I'm up here like just like I got my phone over here. I'm like, okay, this is what time it is in Italy. This is what time she wants to talk. This is time here. So I need to get myself centered because I'm anxious. I'm nervous.
It's Italy.
It's Italy. Right. It's Vogue.
It's Vogue.
And they're doing it.
Anna.
And they're doing
it's really Anna.
And they're doing a Q&A like about me. So I'm just like, okay, girl, you need to get it together. Right. So I was like sitting by my window and I'm like burning sage. I get an email. And the editor is like, hey, are we still meeting? I'm like, I'm late, right? I'm not late to anything. Oh,
I was about to say, did you miss the meeting? Did you miss?
But I was late and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm making a terrible like first impression. Like I look like I'm not taking it seriously. So I just hop up, right? I like throw on a turtleneck, put my hair back and just go. Cause I'm thinking I'm hours ahead. Like I have time to prepare.
Yeah.
We get on the call. She's so sweet. She's giving me all this knowledge. And by my window, the sage is still burning. The sage didn't burn through other sage. So now my room is filling with smoke. My eyes are burning. My camera's on Zoom. I'm like sweating.
And you over here.
I am freaking out. My smoke alarm starts to go off during the call.
Oh my God.
It was insane. Like I could have died from embarrassment, anxiety,
And smoke inhalation.
You feel me? Like, but it's just like, okay, like, all right. But outside of all the distractions of the house burning down,
the devil will come. The devil,
right.
The devil will try you. The devil will try you, baby.
It went really good, and I think I held my composure very well because the Q&A was so well written. And then once I saw it drop, I was like, oh, this is insane.
Yeah.
And then I think from there, like a shoot with Alex, another one, ended up being published in Vogue on their Instagram. And I'm just like, well, this is great. Like, this is lovely, but I don't.
We get an article and we get a post. We're
You
winning.
feel me?
We're up.
And it was for new work, so it was just like a really, really dope opportunity. And I think that was like one thing that was like, you on the right path. Like, you know what you're doing to get that recognition. So
I
that
love
was
that.
fire.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Thank
like,
you.
Vogue Italia.
It was crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was
That's
wild.
crazy.
Vogue and Emerald, it was just like.
Vogue and Emerald.
Yeah.
Vogue and Emerald. We love it. We need another collab. We need another one. Anna.
Right.
But, oh my gosh. So, coming off of the Vogue hoorah, you know, this is the kicker. So that was what, 1920, right?
19.
That was 19.
Yeah, I think it was like pre-COVID.
Yeah, pre-COVID. We go through COVID, and also Emerald was the stills photographer, and the creative director for all of our like exposure, the world of exposure photography, and all of the, you know, cast, crew, set photos. All of those are coming off of Emerald, and she did it so well in the proof of exposure, like the first one with Shaquem and the whole main crew, that I was like, Emerald, I need you. It's like now, like, because we used her images for references, you know, for color and for a lot of different things. Ethan and I used a lot of that to kind of build this world, because the world was still building as we were filming, and I was writing, and then we shot Zier, and this is when Emerald left. This is when Emerald took off, and I mean, you took off for a mighty great reason. And I wanted, and she never came back. Like, she was like, I was like, how do I get you back? I need you back. And she's like, I can't come back. And, but like, you took off, and the reason why you took off, and I couldn't get her back because I was one proud. I was like, hell no, you don't need to come back. You need to go do this. But we graduated. We graduated. COVID. Jesus.
Yeah.
Bless us. And you got a job at NBC Universal.
A wild ride.
Ain't bad. Vogue. No, let's no. Finessing the shoot. Ain't bad. Vogue. And now we at NBC Universal. Not just NBC Universal. She ain't working remote. They said, girl, we need you in Los Angeles County.